What are the answers here?
All right, my little droogies. Let's take a look at one of the root causes of why all this, the most recent censorship that's happened. Why? What is the impetus behind it?
Let the viewers judge, who decided that you are now at 13th place in national ratings, behind Nick at Night, which is at 11.
You used that line on Monday, and
Yeah.
it was sort of mildly
Tucker
amusing on
Carlson
Monday.
gets
But I
4
think
million viewers. You barely scratched
Tuesday, sorry.
800,000.
Let the viewers judge, who decided that you are now at 13th place in national ratings, behind Nick at Night, which is at 11.
You used that line on Monday, and it was sort of mildly
Tucker
amusing on
Carlson
Monday.
gets
But
4
I think
million viewers. You barely scratched
Tuesday, sorry.
800,000.
All right, my little droogies. Let's begin here. Let's go to YouTube. So we're only searching in YouTube, but it's the same thing as Google. It's owned by the same company. So you're in YouTube, and we'll type in where is Ginsburg? Space question mark. That's the name of the video I produced. Wow, that doesn't even come up. None of my videos come up. That's interesting. So if you look at this, you'll see Fox News, the Washington Compost, MSNBC, the Hollywood Reporter, MSNBC, CNN, the Crank News Network.
Let the viewers judge, who decided that you are now at 13th place in national ratings, behind Nick at Night, which is at 11.
This creep, he's always coming up with Ginsburg. That's weird. So you'll go down and you'll go down and down and down and down, and it's USA Today, the Hollywood Reporter, PBS News. It's a joke. So if you are on Google and you're looking for the video I made a week ago, you won't find it. It's not there. So this is a way to censor alternative. Anyone who thinks differently. Okay, here we are. So we're like 50 pages down now. This wasn't here a few minutes ago, by the way. I think this is it. Yeah, this is it. So the odds on you finding it now, it's just ridiculous. Now, remember, it's exactly where the name of the video is. Where is Ginsburg space question mark? That's identical to what. So if you're searching the identical what the video is named, it should be in the top 3, but it's not. It's not. You got the Fox News, you got the MSNBC, you got the CNN. It's the same shit, just served in a different. It's a huge pile now. Before, maybe it'd probably be about here-ish. It'd be here. Not anymore. It's you'll go down 500 pages. It's ridiculous. Here we are. We're like 500 pages down. The Hollywood Reporter. It's a joke.
Pichai. Pichai is the chief executive officer of Google.
Participate in the civic process in a nonpartisan way, and we think it's really in the civic process and push out votes for any particular demographic. That would be against our principles. We participate in the civic process in a nonpartisan way.
In a nonpartisan way.
And we think it's really important we do it that way.
Gotcha, it really is. MSNBC, CNN. This is almost looks like the same at the beginning. You go down, another 100 pages, and it'll probably be the same thing again. CBS Local, RT. Well, this might actually tell you what's going on here, but the fix is in. After the last algorithm change, they will no longer put any alternative views than the mainstream anywhere near the average person. I mean, by the time the person gets down to here, you're brainwashed. Everyone's in agreement. Ginsburg is she's fine. There's nothing to worry about. So that's scary. That really is scary. And I stole from Mark Dice today. I did a little skit on Brian Seltzer. So let's watch that. Let's take a look at that.
The president is constantly lying and spreading conspiracy theories every day. It's getting worse. I find myself wondering what more should the press be doing to convey this extraordinary and uncomfortable situation. Should there be a bug? The president's lying to you.
What are the answers here?
course, she tells us to trust him. Of course, she tells us to trust him about everything. He tells us all these lies, spreads us all these falsehoods.
So let's take a look at the another stalwart of truth and justice, the Washington
A falsehood is
Compost.
spread in the dark corners of the internet that Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg is dead. Ginsburg is in fact alive and made her first public appearance February 4th after lung cancer surgery in December. Photos were not allowed at the public event, and Ginsburg did not attend the State of the Union one day later. Neither did four other Supreme Court justices. Yet Ginsburg's absence gave oxygen to a conspiracy that began when she missed the court's first case of the year, January 7th, while she was recovering from surgery. Conspiracy theories about political figures are not new, but social media and digital tools now allow for their widespread dissemination. The
president is constantly lying and spreading conspiracy theories every day.
Social
Ginsburg myth
media.
appears to have started on message boards
Social
that
media
housed
did it.
QAnon,
That's what it was.
the conspiracy theory about a vast,
listen to
quote,
this
deep
crap.
state that aims to undermine President Trump. An anonymous but influential account
Right.
posted several questions about
QAnon, a
Ginsburg's
vast
health,
conspiracy
and a petition
that's
to
going
impeach the
to.
justice
Okay.
circulated online. Conspiracy theorists were emboldened when the Fox News show Fox and Friends accidentally aired an obituary graphic for Ginsburg. The show later apologized for the control room error.
That was an accident. We believe she is still at home recovering from surgery.
All right, we covered that in the last one. So that's interesting that, Ginsburg, she's fine. There's nothing wrong. The Washington Post, it's all conspiracy theories. That, it's just normal that she's never missed a vote and everything else. And it was all spread by this crazy thing called the interwebs. Look at these people. You can tell they're evil.
What are
They're
the
all
answers
blue.
here?
So that's it.
What are the answers here?
So let's take a look at what effect that this all had. We see CNN lying repeatedly and getting caught and getting sued and lying, and it's just ridiculous, And Brian Setzer, his panties are in a bunch. He doesn't know what to do. The ratings are shit the bed. They're gone. So here's a story. I did a search. That really CNN ratings 2019. Boom. Okay. It's a story cherry picks and assessing CNN ratings. Oh boy. So it turns out CNN is no longer in the top 10. It's 11, and even that's debatable. So, why are we listening to what CNN says anymore? Because it's irrelevant. And you could just as well insert MSNBC into here. It's the same thing. And, 24-hour psychological operations. And what they've done here, like if you're a liberal, you are convinced President Trump is insane. He's out of his freaking mind. If you're a Republican, you're completely 180 degree from that. You realize he's battling the deep state, and it's irrelevant which one is true. The point here for these people is to divide and conquer. It's about dividing the people and keeping them constantly at war with one another. If they're fighting one another, they can't rally and do anything to touch you. So as long as they're fighting, it's all you're winning, But the problem is, it used to be, 49, 51, 48, 47. Now it's CNN is not even top 10. So the liberal message needs help. So they have MSNBC, CNN. It's always going to be, they're going to try to keep it 50-50. So since the liberal message is so crazy and wacky and hard to push, they have to have a lot more resources on it. So they have all the Hollywood is in on it. You look across the board, and it's the liberal media. It's just, from before the election, they wanted Hillary in there. They still haven't come to grips that Hillary's lost, and it's 2019. And so you have to keep it 50-50. So what you do is you throw Fox News in, and so that the Fox News ratings have done a lot better. So it keeps it, somewhat even. But even so, anybody who really looks at any of this realizes that it's all, it's just divide and conquer. That's all they're doing. And so, in as much as, it's annoying that half the people don't really know what the fuck is going on. it's also part of their plan. You know, they always want to keep it somewhat even between the two groups, but that really isn't the case anymore. You know, the people that know what's going on know what's going on, and it doesn't really matter what the fuck CNN says because they're low, they're fudging the numbers, and they're low, not even making the top 10.
What are the answers here?
So, you know, turn your TV set off because it's not really going to tell you what, you know. The big takeaway from this is your TV is lying to you.
What are the answers here?
You know, sell your TV now. That's what the message is coming from the internet. And, you know, it's ridiculous.
The president is constantly lying and spreading conspiracy theories every day. It's getting worse. I find myself wondering what more the press should be doing to convey this extraordinary and uncomfortable situation.
So one of the interesting things I've researched lately is the mainstream media is not telling you that mainstream media is failing. CNN is a joke. Why people are still watching CNN, I don't know. But it really has become, even in the industry, it's a joke. I mean, people are going on CNN and insulting them.
Do you have an agenda? You're CNN, you're fake news.
To their faces during their own broadcasts. So if you're unaware of this, do a Google search on Mark Dice and watch a few of his videos. And he breaks it down, you know, where they get caught lying, and, you know, the collusion thing is dead. The case is over. And they're still going on about it 2 years later.
Two things, Rick, the internet and cable news. Could you imagine cable news in Watergate? And they don't do news anymore. In fact, RT is one of the few channels doing news. RT does news. CNN stopped doing news a long time ago. They do Trump. Fox is Trump TV. And MSNBC is anti-Trump all the time. You don't see story. There was vicious winds and storms in the Northeast the other day.
Yeah.
Not covered on any of the three cable networks.
So I think what I'm trying to say here is,
what are the answers here?
Is as long as they can keep it 50-50 or close to that, where you have the two factions, the Dems and the Republicans, fighting at each other's throats all the time about stupid shit that they make up. You know, they pull it out their ass and, oh, wow, it's a fucking breadcrumb. You know, we're doomed. We have to get away from this. And the good news is it looks like that's happening because CNN, MS, all the media, mainstream media, is failing. CNN is like the canary in the coal mine right now. So strap it in. If you like the video, thumb it up because I don't make a dime on this. I'm
demonetized.
And sub it up. And that's it, guys. Have a good night. Later. Carpe diem.